Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, today we're going to be talking about the one and only Turbo Coin, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, we do have the free Discord open, so it is just the first link in the description. Highly recommend joining it so you can get all the updates and, of course, just be in the open community. But listen, people, all right, let's talk about Turbo. First off, I'm going to cover the basics and then we are going to dive into the technical analysis as well as what some people believe is going to happen with Turbo, right? So we can see, ladies and gentlemen, that we are ranked 159, 0.0037 in price. We are 260 million market cap with 30 million volume. So, down 55% in volume. We can see just generally the markets have just been going really slow and sideways, right? People have been saying that historically the summers are kind of slow. And I mean, damn, it seems to be that way at this moment, but it doesn't mean things cannot accelerate. Look, we almost hit 56,000 holders, right? We almost hit 56,000 holders. And I do believe we will hit it sooner than later. Also, guys, listen, crypto moves in bursts, right? It is just how it is. It's going to be slow, boring, painful for majority of this, right? This whole journey, majority of it's going to be slow and painful. But then the fun parts, it's only going to be like, 2-3% of the whole entire journey, right? You guys just need to understand that. Okay. It is how it just is what it is, right? You will see Turbo holders are going to skyrocket. Crypto is going to be everywhere on the news, everywhere on social media within a couple of months. Okay, altcoin this, crypto this, Bitcoin this, Turbo this, right? You'll see, right? Turbo is going to go from just chilling at 112,000 followers to all of a sudden, next thing you know, it's going to get to 200K, 300K, 400K, right? Holders are going to go from, let's just say at that point, we're at 60,000. It's going to go from 60,000. Next thing you know, we're at 70, 80, 90, 100. All of a sudden, right? Days apart, you'll see the bandwagon. Okay, people go crazy. People love gambling as well. Okay, people love gambling. And when people see things going up crazy, they will gamble. And I call it gambling because they don't know like a lot of information. They just see things going up and they just put their money in. And you'll see, guys, you'll see. Anyways, let's look at some stuff on Twitter before we dive into the technical analysis, right? We can see, ladies and gentlemen, that someone's, man of Bitcoin, 6,700 followers, says Turbo is currently advancing with a corrective wave structure. The yellow scenario outlines a potential path for more complex downside correction if momentum weakens. For bulls, the next key objective is a breakout above 0.00466, which would be the first signal that a wave, too low may be in place. So he wants this zone to get broken out. And you know what? Of course, we will be looking at the charts from ourselves, but I can see why, he has the zone marked out, right? Some people follow certain ideologies. So we will confirm to see, if he's speaking facts or not, right? If he's speaking facts or not. But we can see a lot of people are just tweeting about Turbo, which is what we love to see, right? It shows that there's consistency and there's support everywhere, right? Boom. Okay, this one's funny. Boom, until we smash past a multi-billion-dollar market cap, which we will, ladies and gentlemen, right? Anyways, let's dive into the actual charts. Okay, let's dive into the actual charts. So this guy was talking about pretty much how we could see another wave of a correction to the downside, right? If we do not break past a certain zone, right? He was talking about 0.0046. He was talking about this zone over here. Now, here is the thing, people, right? Here is the thing. For me, I do think once we kind of get above, I say once we kind of get above this zone right here of 0.0039, for me, that would be a really nice confirmation that we should be going up higher, right? That we should. At this current moment, we have to make a decision because Turbo is literally in a pickle, right? Turbo is in a pickle. We can see we have these bottoms over here, boom, and the bottoms consistently are getting raised, right? We go from a lower bottom to pretty much a double top, sorry, double bottom, and we can see the floors are rising, but so are the roofs, right? We have roof, roof, well, double roof practically, and another roof. But we can see price is dropping. So the floors are increasing, and we have to make a choice over the next day or two. We have to see, are we going to start going to the downside, or are we going to continue the momentum to the upside? Because this is very, very important. I will say, even though we do kind of, you know there's a good chance we will go to the upside, this order block here is concerning. I would like to see a very, very strong weekly close by the time we do get to 0.0045 area, right? That is what I would really like to see. But ultimately, right, if we do start closing lower, right, if we do start flipping, then, ladies and gentlemen, right, we should at least be looking to drop further down, possibly past 0.00288. That is just the reality of the situation, right? If we do break from this channel, then there's a good chance that we will be looking to attend this bottom down over here, okay? When we go into something like the monthly, right? Obviously, the monthly doesn't look that great. We just literally started. The weekly, right? It does look solid. It does look okay. I am looking to see how we react off of this weekly, you know, wick, right? This is the key moment, right? Because we are tapping into the wick right now. So this is literally it, right? This is literally it. So the next day or two are going to be really, really important for me, right? For me, if we start going like really lower, then I will just dollar cost average, right? Dollar cost averaging does not bother me. We can see something with like Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin's also in the same situation, okay? Because Bitcoin is going in a weird way. We can see we have all these highs. We have all these highs over here, and we need to make a choice, right? The highs are getting lower, but the lows are getting higher. So we're getting sandwiched. We are literally getting squished. So we do have to make a choice. We can see that over the next day or two, we will find out what is going to happen, because these are our last relevant highs and these are our last relevant bottoms. And actually, we can see this is technically our last relevant bottom. As of right now, we're just hanging on for dear life, right? It does not look too convincing, right? We are just hanging on for dear life. We even see that this is a very big hourly sell candle. The last few buy candles have been very, very weak. So, as of right now, nothing too promising in terms of going to the upside. But at the end of the day, we have to see how the daily closes. Okay. So here's the thing, right? If we close lower than this low or than this high, then it's probably going to be somewhere around, like, let's say 109,000, right? Somewhere at this line. But at the same time, we, right, if we still don't make a choice, we're going to have to close above $108,000, $108,300, sorry. Right, if we really want to stall it out, right, if we really want to stall it out, but we are literally looking to make a choice very, very soon. We talked about the global liquidity that over the next 2 weeks, after the next 2 weeks, it should be kind of selling off a little bit, right? We do have a key zone over here of roughly 101 to $102,000 if we do go lower and we do need to pull back, heavier, right? If we do need to pull back heavier. Overall, my bias is still the same. In the bigger picture, we are still looking good for something like Bitcoin. We're still looking good for something like Turbo, right? Bitcoin still looks very, very good. We know Bitcoin was going sideways here to retest off of this to then push up. We pushed up, it was going down. People were panicking, calling over, blah, 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 whatever. I literally like just ignore those types of comments, because if I listened to them, I would not be where I am today with, all my crypto investments and et cetera, right? And I was just saying for a while that we were literally just doing a pullback on a higher time frame where we had this high, low, higher high, we had a higher low, and now we're looking to kind of keep pushing up, even though momentum is looking very, very dire, right? It's not looking the healthiest, but we are going to do something similar where boom, boom, right? Even if we pull back, looking to break out one final time before then altcoin season will arrive. And that is when Turbo is going to flourish, right? That is when Turbo will most likely flourish. Uh, you know, if Turbo were to go to, To do underwhelming, I do think Turbo can still hit probably like 5 cents. Like if it was supposed to really underwhelming, because even if we took the something like the Fibonacci tool and we took in market cap consideration, we know our all-time highs are like 850 million market cap, right? Going like double that, double to triple that is going to be roughly 5 cents, and that's not even that high, right? If we did go back to here and we went 3 to 4 times higher, right? That's only going to be roughly around 5 cents, and that'd only be like 3.5 billion market cap, right? So for me, I still think even based off Fibonacci that we should be going at least somewhere over here. If it didn't look good, which ultimately at the end of the day, if you got in right now, more or less you're looking still at a 10x. And at the end of the day, 10x is more than enough for any types of investments when you really think about it. But yeah, ultimately that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy. I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.